Hey guys, Sports Gaming Fever here, back again playing some more NHL 13 BGM mode with the Phoenix Coyotes here on NHL 13. So, I was just recording for about 60 seconds and I realized my mic wasn't turned on. So, the only thing I did, well, I was going to show you guys the contracts just because we were looking at getting a top line center. The only guy we really have is Vermette here, who was our best center. Then Miele, who will hope maybe he can grow to that first line center, but at the moment he is not that first line center. So, then we have Hansel and Johansson. I sent him a contract. It's like 1.5 million for 3 years, which is pretty good. Which is actually very good, I'd say for us, at this point. So, let's not look at Pittsburgh. So you can see here, Vermette, he did very good, though, with that top line last season. Even though he's technically you can see at the left there, second line forward. But he did very well, and his shooting is mid-tier, so his standard for a second liner. His skating is unbelievable. His puck skills are pretty good. He can withstand, like, with that passing 84, that hand-eye 84, puck control, deking 85. He can... Yeah, that's 4 stars. That's he can compete with the first liners. He's good enough to be giving those guys the puck, and Kane and Horton. Now, his defense is spot on, and you don't really even need him to play too good of defense if he's on that top line. I mean, it's a huge benefit to have that, but you see a lot of guys who aren't very good defensively on teams' first lines. I mean, we would definitely like someone better. Let's quickly look at Miele, or whatever you want to call him. You see, his shooting is much better, at least power-wise, and his accuracy will improve. He is 25. His puck skills are amazing. Amazing. So I'm thinking right now, after seeing this is the first time I ever saw his puck skills, that we should probably play him on the first line. Because although his defensive skills aren't the best, bringing his overall down worse than Vermette's. We could play Miele on the first line. He will grow, and he has better skills than Vermette as far as offensively, and that is going to get the guys the puck, Horton and Kane, the puck way more. So we're gonna play Miele on that first line. I don't think we need to go for a first line center. Thing I would like to do though is Kane rose to 86. He was at 84. Horton's still there. Okay. Let's see. We need a fourth line left winger. Okay, so we need a fourth line left winger. That's really the main position we need to fill right now. And assuming we do get Johansson. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to trade Doan right now. So let's find Doan, because that is a huge... Alright, how about this? We want to trade Doan... Because that's a gap on our right wing, and he has 3 years left. So, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Let's try to trade Commodore, and we could trade Moss. Okay, and we're going to look for, hopefully, 2 wingers. Or maybe 1 really good winger that can play, fourth line. Thing is, we are giving up a winger... a fourth line winger in Moss. But if we're giving up that $2 million, I'd much rather give up that $2 million and be able to also sign someone. So if we look here, legacies, 23. He's a depth forward. What's his overall year? 77. So I could play him on my fourth line. Be fine with doing that. And his contract, it's not bad. Let's see. His contract's way too high. In fact, we're just gonna see their fourth liners here. They got Adam, they got Foligno, McCormick, and Porter. So let's look at McCormick because he has a smaller contract. Okay, so he's 69 overall. I want someone a bit higher overall. I'm just worried, a little bit about the trade value here. 73. It's because he's young. Foligno would be nice. Alright, Foligno Foligno looks pretty good. Let's his contract. His contract isn't bad. It's the last year of it, which could be a problem. We also have Coletta. Okay. Well, I want to look at Coletta once more. Okay. Let's see. His defense is bad. Physical's good. That's really all he has going for him. I want someone who's also, like, better defensively. So let's look at Foligno again. His defense is alright. His physical's good. His skating's decent. His senses aren't that great. Let's look at Adam. Two-way forward. He's technically a center, but he can play wing. His defense is actually decent. His stick checking is good. His defensive awareness is good for a fourth liner. So I think we could go for Luke Adam. So let's do that. I didn't mean to click. Apparently they're probably gonna have to give up someone else. So let's go to what. We don't have any skaters giving away. So let's look at rookie skaters and choose Verone. No, I highly doubt this will go through. But let's see. The value is a bit off, which it is. I'll give him that. The value is off. So, as far as trade value goes, the value is off. And seriously, who would accept that deal even if the trade values were exactly the same? So, I'm going to try to load them up with picks. So, I would be willing to offer them 4th and 5th. Let's see if they'll accept this. Okay. They want, like, second rounders. We could give them this year's second round pick. Phoenix's second round pick. But I'm going to hold off. I'm going to try to offer them 2015 because I want to hold on to that pick as best as I can. Because second round picks can end up good. And just in case we're not the team that, like a playoff team, like I'm hoping we'll be. So let's, we could offer this. Let's see. We're missing this year's third. So let's see if we can snag a third out of them if we include the second. Let's see. Yes, okay. So that's good. So that was a pretty even trade offer because we're dumping a lot of cap. And next year, I am sure we will be a great team. And we have a great defense at the moment. So, we're going to be good. I think we're going to be a good defensive team. I mean, a good team overall and a playoff team. So what my plan with Doan is, because that is a huge contract. That is a big contract. We're going to sim a couple days to let Johansson hopefully accept that contract offer. So the thing with Doan is that is a huge contract, but he's a solid second line winger for us. So at the trade deadline, if we're in a position where our GM rep was dropped and it's gone up, okay. I don't know why the fuck it does it. So if we're in a position at the trade deadline where we're looking like we're might make the playoffs, but we're not going to make a long run. We could trade Dome, maybe pick up a pick, maybe pick up someone else as well. And, in that fashion, we're dumping a lot of cap. If not, we got Johansson. If not, then what we'll do, like if we're in a position to like, hey, we could potentially make a run at that cup or make a long playoff run, we'll keep Doan around. And, we'll keep him around. And then next season, we'll try to dump him. Maybe in the draft, we'll try to dump him. For maybe even next to nothing at that point. Or maybe he'll retire. You never know. So, we're going to look at UFAs. And we have 2.5 mil left. So we can actually potentially sign someone who's actually decent. Like Mason Raymond. We can snag him. Let's check out his stats. So he's a sniper 79 on that third line. So we can play him as a third line left winger, no problem. I can drop down whoever else is there who has better defense to... Or actually, he doesn't have bad defense. But, he could play alongside Johansson. I think him and Johansson would combine for a lot of points. You got LaRose here. He's a right winger. I'd like a natural left winger, especially if I'm going with a sniper kind of guy. But let's check out Yager. Yager is good. We all know Yager's a legend. But, I mean, if we could sign Johansson, see, the years wanted, Yager wants 2, and he's like, what, 40? Yeah, he's 41. We could get Solani. We could snag Solani. For 1 year, I actually want to go with Solani. So this is the best we can offer him right here. And I think it's important to go for the 1 year that he wants. Fortunately, I can't offer him the exact. I can offer him about $100,000 less, which is he'll probably accept this, assuming no one else swoops in and tries to take him. And this late in the free agency, no one, like 18 days into free agency, no one's gonna swoop in and try to steal anyone. I highly doubt that will happen. So let's simulate up a couple days and hope we get Solani, and then that should give us enough depth. Now, we are signing older players when we are technically trying to rebuild our offense. Or not completely rebuild. I mean, we already have Kane, who's a young, talented winger, who will probably be our left winger, first liner, unless we draft someone ridiculous and they, come up. Brendan McKinnon has been tendered an offered sheet of... Okay, so... For McMillan, we can either match the offer... Alright, so we can match their offer, or based on this, you will receive 1 draft pick. So we'll receive this year's 3rd round draft pick. So we'll get another 3rd round draft pick. McKinnon, we could use him due to his potential, but that's a lot. We're not going to be using him this year, and we probably won't use him next year, assuming we're going to be making trades. He'll just end up in that depth position, and he's not too great. I think we have our centers pretty much figured out. And instead of a 4th-line center, and I don't really want to spend that much on a 4th-line center. So I'm going to take the compensation of a 3rd-round pick. I think that'll be good. And I know his potential was 3.5 stars, and he's like around the 70s. So he'll probably reach like 80, 81, 82. Somewhere in there he'll reach. Okay, and we got Solani, sweet. So somewhere in there he will reach, but... you can never be like 100% on that, and he'll just end up. I mean, we have Johansson, we have Vermette, and we have Miele at the moment, so we're pretty much set at the moment. So we have 1.316 left on the cap, but I'm not going to use that. I just want, we want to, leave some room for trades. And what I was saying about we're assigning kind of veterans or keeping around veterans like Doan and Solani. I mean, we're looking to stay competitive still, and you need a veteran or two sometimes to stay competitive. That contract for Solani, I like that contract. It's only like $2.5 million. But if you look at Doan's, it's like $5 million. I don't really like that, but we're still going to keep him around because we can survive with that cap hit for now, and we will definitely look to trade him next season no matter what. Buy next season no matter what. And I mean, at that point, I'd be willing to trade him for like a 2nd round draft pick. Not even really get a player. I mean, maybe a couple 3rds or a combination of later draft picks. But I'd be willing to trade him for, like, around next to nothing. Basically, that's what I'm saying. As we're simming here a couple weeks, but I'll wrap up this video before the 15-minute mark, so definitely leave some comments on what you'd like to see me go for, anything else we can add at this moment in time, what you think we can add, and maybe even predictions about how the season's going to go, and, all that stuff. Alright, guys, comment, subscribe, and definitely follow me on Twitter, as I'll tweet about when I post new videos, and also when I go live on live stream on Twitch. Definitely check me out on Twitch too. There should be links in the description. Alright, guys, I'll see you later.